Hello and welcome to Tales from the Backlog. My name is Steve Boshier, and I am going to be some sort of squirmy Jim. If you don't know this channel, this is Shadows of Arconia, where we have two shows. On Friday nights, we do ongoing campaigns and Worlds Without Number and Cities Without Number, occasionally other things. And then here on Mondays, we have a rotating selection of games. This is about our millionth Merc Borg type game, but our first time in Pirate Borg tonight. We'll be running this for 2 weeks, tonight and next week. And yeah, we have a whole bunch of things that I'm going to hit you guys with tonight because I got new buttons on my loop deck here. So we have a Discord, and there's the link. It's in the Twitch chat. All right. Come join us there. We all hang out and talk about our games, our streams, other people's games, whatever the heck we want. Yep, there's a button for Kenny too. And let's see, we have merch. Almost all of the merch right now is related to campaign 1 of our Friday night stream. So soon we'll have some merch for tomorrow, or for this campaign, or this current campaign from Fridays. It's a little hard to do merch for Tales from the Backlog since it keeps changing every week. But yeah, there's that. We have a Patreon link. Come support the channel. Help us to make better content. And if you are watching us on Twitch, be aware that we also have a YouTube channel where you can watch the back episodes of both shows going back to 2019 and 2020 when they both started. And of course, we now have a Throne wish list so that you can buy things to help support the show. Most of the things on it go to support the Friday night show just because that's an in-person game, so we need more physical objects to make it work, whereas this game is remote. So Throne is a site where you put wish lists up, and people buy you things. It's geared towards content creators like ourselves to put up things for their viewers to buy them, which sounds needy, but what the heck? We need stuff. Yeah. And oh, hello, Strelick. Strelick is our show mascot for Monday nights. One of them. The main one, really. But yeah, like I said, this is our first Pirate Borg game, and Mia will be running it for us. So Mia, why don't you tell us what's going on?
Well, thank you first off, Steve, for allowing me the opportunity to do this. Pirate Borg, as an edited version of what it actually says in the book, Pirate Borg is written and illustrated by Luke Stratton, also known as Limathron. It is inspired by history, fantasy, horror, and rum. It is a complete game based on and compatible with the award-winning Merc Borg RPG. Both games are published by Free League Publishing, and inside the book is not just a role-playing game, but a toolkit. A majority of the tables can be hacked and used with any tabletop RPG. It's a lot of fun. Basically, the setting is what they call the Dark Caribbean, kind of a post-apocalyptic setting where there are ghosts, skeletons, zombies, krakens, and deep old ones at play. And with that, we're going to dive right in with, I guess, character introductions.
Okay. Oh, I put myself here, so that means I'm first, I guess. I am playing Squirmy Jim. Squirmy Jim is a number of things. Primarily a sorcerer, but I also took the Haunted Soul optional class, which means I'm possessed by Cthulhu or something. I'm the Eldritch Mind subclass from that, and so it makes me all kinds of weird. But mostly I'm a sorcerer. And squirmy, I suppose.
Makes us squirm. That's why we call him Squirmy Jim.
There you go.
Hey, I'm Jason again. I'm playing Brother Nameless. I'm a brute of a man. I got a big old. I wield a big old brass anchor named Ugin. I dress in rags and I got a bandana. And that's about the long and the short of it.
Fantastic.
Okay, well, I am Jenny Charles. I'm a zealot. I worship the Great Old One. I also wear a bandana, and I've got just some basic hide armor on. Sometimes I like to wear my cowl.
Now tell us about your character.
Yeah. And then, of course, Jenny. That's about it for Jenny.
And I'm Holda Apache Misko. In case you couldn't tell, I have one eye. No patch. No patches laying around the house. Sorry, no eye patches. But they call me Patchy. And basically, I'm a cheating backstabber.
What's great about your character there, Cindy, is on Friday nights we have a character named Sally One Eye who wears an eye patch but has both eyes.
I like how she explained that. So, like, when she goes into the dark, one eye is already adjusted to the dark. I think I remember her saying that on one of the streams. So,
yep.
Well, they used to do that, so
yeah,
smart.
I saw that Mythbusters.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, Mythbusters.
Yes. Well, they proved it's possible. No one can prove it was actually done.
Are we ready to set sail, y'all?
Let's do it.
Let's do
All
it.
right. I'll try to keep the exposition dumps to a minimum, but there are a couple here and there. So please don't gloss over as I read this stuff. So, introduction: the abysmal veil. The sun, obscured by a tapestry of ominous clouds, casts a feeble and despondent light upon the open sea. The horizon is a murky blend of grays and blues, and the ocean mourns beneath the weight of the heavens. The anguished sky is mirrored in the sea, its vibrant hues muted into a palette of deep indigos and somber shades. Waves, restless and agitated, whisper tales of forgotten sorrows, each crest carrying the burden of untold tales lost to the abyss. The distant rumble of thunder heralds the approach of a storm. The air is thick with the scent of impending rain. Your ship, the Iron Covenant, is a lone silhouette against the brooding backdrop. It cuts through the water with a quiet determination, bracing for the imminent assault of the tempest. Sailing northwest, the once distant storm now looms on the horizon to the east, an ominous behemoth with clouds and chaotic swirls. Bosun Blood Daniel shouts, "Ensure the cargo is secure," as you hurry about your tasks. His words take you back 5 days. 5 days back to Tortuga. A motley assortment of ships are docked, ranging from nimble sloops to hulking galleons, each bearing the scars of countless journeys on the high seas. "Get the cargo on board. The captain wants to put to sail for Black Coral Bay as soon as he returns." 3 barrels of rum, marked with a distinctive logo, and 2 crates of foodstuffs sit waiting to be hoisted aboard. "Where's Patchy? That rapscallion best be here before we leave," he shouts. As he ventures below the deck, you hear his voice fade. "Ye be as useless as cannonballs without powder," he shouts below. "Patchy, roll a d12 on the sea shanty chart as you are humming this to yourself as you make your way back to the docks."
Rolled a 2.
A 2. That is Dead Horse. So, make note that Dead Horse is one of our Meanwhile, to get the cargo aboard with the hoist, I will need the other 3 of you. One of you would be on the ship, 2 on the dock. The 2 of you trying to secure the cargo in nets, and someone using strength to hoist it aboard. Who would be doing
I'll
that?
use strength to hoist it aboard.
Yes, Squirmy Jim will be with, however he can be with someone else so that he's not doing this alone. So I'll be on the dock.
So yeah, just a quick agility to secure the net and a DR. They're both DR 12.
My agility roll has failed. Does Jenny get to make one as well?
Yeah, Jenny, I assume would be there with you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll go up and fail.
Great job.
All
team.
right.
Oh wait, you said it was 12, right?
A DR 12. So yeah, your agility
I
plus.
just made it. I just made
Okay,
it.
so agility plus your roll. Yeah. Okay.
So I just did it at that last second.
As you are hoisting the cargo aboard, Brother Nameless, the docks are lively and the air is thick with the scent of sea salt in the breeze. The wooden planks beneath your boots creak and groan under your activity. Someone shouts, "You there, Brother Nameless." Wait, Brother Nameless. Excuse me. Brother Nameless, Captain Cross be looking for ye. A saundry of scallywags swaggers towards you, crew from the Wraith's Wrath.
Yeah, well, the captain's gonna have to wait till I finish getting this stuff on board. And I made my strength check 15 to the 12.
As you hoist that up, the person that spoke up, you recognize him as Bildrat Barty Blacktooth Barlow.
Bildrat
There's no teeth.
Barty Blacktooth Barlow. Sorry.
Yeah, or just Blacktooth. He has no front teeth as he grins. He more like grimaces at you. A scraggly beard with bits of seaweed and a patched eye leans on a gnarled cutlass. With him are Polly Rusty Randall, a woman of imposing stature, her tricorned hat adorned with a red ribbon. A collection of trinkets, stolen watches, charms, and bits dangle from her belt. She clutches a rusted cutlass with a notched blade. Seamus Pegleg O'Malley. His wooden leg echoes with each thudding harpoon in hand as a makeshift walking stick. Gold teeth catch the sun as he grins at you as well. And Rosie Giggles Grims. Her moth-eaten hat is adorned with a bright feather. She clutches a large tankard. Seemingly drunk, her parrot perched on her shoulder sways with her and squawks loudly. Y'all let us have one of those barrels of rum and we be saying we ain't seen ya.
Question, what's wrong with them having seen us?
Brother Nameless is wanted.
True. That's not false.
It's good to feel wanted.
Same time, I mean, who isn't wanted in this speck of the world?
Again, give us a barrel of rum and we not take your head, Nameless. We can easily take the three of you.
I mean, are we the only people loading up our ship?
Your rest of your crew is below deck and your captain has gone ashore for personal business.
That seems unfortunate.
I mean, perhaps you could take us, but taking our rum would only bring the wrath of the rest of our crew on ye.
Aye.
So be it then. It's a fight thee wants. As they move forward threateningly, you see over their shoulders Patchy approaching from behind. Somebody roll initiative. Somebody roll a single d6, 1 through 3. They act first. 4 through 6, you guys act.
5.
All right, so you all act first. And you may choose in which order you go. Cutlass is raised, harpoon aiming towards you. They look to fight.
I suggest that Brother Nameless goes first since he is most likely to deal some damage here.
Well, I mean, having gotten this net full of goods onto the ship. Yeah, I will absolutely grab, what's your name, Ugin, and leap at the nearest scallywag assailing me with their wagging tongue.
Polly Rusty Randall, the imposing woman, would be the closest. She looks up at you on the deck with disdain.
Yeah, well, I just leap down, anchor in hands, and let's see if I actually do. Oh, I so do not do that. So what I actually do is I go to leap over the rail, trip on the rail, fall to the dock, and Ugin goes scattering in front of me.
Bummer.
I fumbled.
Barty Blacktooth Barlow lets out a hearty laugh. Ha ha ha! Foolish. he advances. Who next on your squad shall fight?
Is anyone close enough?
Someone do better than me.
So
It's not going to be hard.
we are all three talking at once. I'll let you go first.
Cindy, you were saying
Just
something?
wondering, they were all facing the ship, and they did not see
Their
me.
backs are all turned to you, giving you an opportunity to sneak up and stick them.
That's what I'd like to do. Nobody is.
So it would be a 10 to hit instead of a 12, since their back is turned, and you get a little bonus. Jason has gone into the spirit realm.
Yeah.
And I am using what to hit with, strength or agility?
It would be strength if you're using a blade or a melee weapon. Yeah. Presence or, yeah.
Well, I've blown my cover. And that's all.
I'll go next. I'll go after with
So you
my
missed. Okay, so you missed your roll. So yeah, as you come up to stab somebody in the back, one of the four, they lurch away from you with their weapon. Just then, Patchy and Ginny is frozen.
was going after.
Oh, there you go.
One that was Jason was going after. I will roll with, and I'm going after with my rapier. And I got 17.
That is a hit.
Then let's see, 7 damage.
Okay, that is a brutal. You said it's a rapier that you're stabbing with.
D8.
That is a pretty brutal stab. Rusty Randall, Polly Rusty Randall, staggers back. Blood, as she pulls away from you, it extracts the rapier from her as she moves. Blood spurts out onto the dock. She grimaces in pain and roars, "You will die!" And Squirmy, you're up, buddy.
Yeah, so it says to do this when combat starts, but it only affects my turn, so I'll just roll it now. I have, because of my Eldritch Mind feature, I have to roll a D12 presence check at the start of combat to see if I will do really good or really bad.
Yeah, to resist your evil thoughts.
Yes, to resist my evil thoughts. I have met 12 exactly, which means my attacks are going to be -2 DR to hit for this combat. So now I will take a whack at whoever is closest to me using my harpoon. Not a harpoon gun, just swinging a harpoon. So that is 12 exactly. I'm rolling strength to attack. Yes, as a melee. So, yeah. And then,
yeah, if you're using it like a.
So 12, I guess I hit if it's -2
weapon.
DR, and I got 12 anyway. So. And that's a
You hit Peg Leg, the other guy, with his harpoon. His harpoon is up. You kind of sweep it to the side with yours and circle down and give him a jab. And that's D6 damage, correct?
It's D8. I rolled a 4.
D8? A 4, okay. It's a nice slash across his chest, and they will now act. Blacktooth comes after you, brother. Roll your DR.
Oh. $12?
That works. As you kind of scramble across the dock to try and retrieve your anchor, he brings his cutlass down and thunk, hits the wood where you once were. Let's see. Rusty, after being impaled on her by the rapier, she clutches her rusty cutlass and takes a swat at you, Jenny. So
Okay.
just roll your DR. Yeah.
And what ability am I adding to that?
I
Or-
believe it's just
Agility,
It's just-
easily.
agility.
Agility?
It's
All
your
right.
straight DR.
Yeah.
Your DR is based on your agility. Yeah.
Perfect. So I got 6.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Her cutlass. This is like the only time I get to roll. Okay. That is 3 damage on the. She slices you. Now let's not all die on the dock, right?
All right.
Okay.
And Giggles, who drunkenly staggered away from your thrusting dagger at her back, Patchy. Her parrot's like, behind you, and she spins around and like swings this large metal tankard to try and hit you across the face and head. So, yeah.
Okay. That's a dirty 20.
So you get a free attack on her.
Oh, excellent.
Mhm.
Then I will swing at her with my rapier. And miss again. 'Cause I have absolutely no strength.
Alrighty, and but she misses you. Of course, she kind of staggers sideways and plunges in off of the dock into the water. Her parrot flutters up into the air and lands on a nearby post.
Ah, shut it, bird, or you're next.
Which brings us back to you guys acting on your turn.
I would
well-
like to cast a spell.
Yeah.
I
Go for it.
have protection. I'm going to summon a ghost or spirit to watch over the souls of me and my allies. Everyone who's protected gets minus D2 protection for 1 hour as if wearing extra armor.
Okay, so basically, yeah, your defense rating goes up by 2. Yeah.
Yep.
So basically, you just need to roll like 10 total. Okay. Squirmy does that. Who next of the 3 of you?
Brother Nameless is going to go scramble after his anchor.
Yep, and there's a ghost watching your back now.
I would say that since you're like down on the ground and you could like then take it and like sweep it across the dock to try and hit somebody in the leg. If you'd like.
Okay. I'll take it. Let's see if I can hit someone in the leg. Actually, I can with that 10 because I am minus. Where is that? I am minus 2 to my DR to attack with this weapon.
Okay. So you're saying you hit?
Yes, I did.
Because it's so large, basically. As that swings across, each of the people in your way able to leap over it, but you catch the wooden leg of Peg Leg O'Malley and deal damage to him.
6 damage, and if he is wearing armor, it's reduced by 1 tier.
You snap his leg off. We'll just say that. You snap off his peg leg. He is forced to thrust his harpoon into the dock to prevent himself from falling, so he'll not get a chance to counterattack. Jenny or Patchy?
Yep, I'll go. And I'm going to go after the same lady. Was that Rusty?
Yes, with
Okay.
the ribbon on her hat and
So
the trinkets around her waist.
I got a 12
That does hit.
and 7 damage.
Wow. She is at this point mortally wounded. She staggers backward and she's like, "Oh, this be not worth the trouble." And she turns to run. And seeing that, Blacktooth is he freezes for a moment while Pegleg is standing there with a horrified look on his face as well. Patchy.
All right, I'll take a swipe at who was it? There's Pegleg and the Blacktooth.
Yeah, Pegleg is there, propped up on his harpoon, and Blacktooth is his head's going uh-oh, looking back and forth at us and at his fleeing compadre.
I'll take a stab at Blacktooth with my rapier. 17, finally. I believe that's a hit, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah. As his head swivels to look over his shoulder at his retreating friend, you catch him nicely and do is that a D6?
What is that?
Hers is a D8 as well.
D8?
Oh, yeah, because it's a fine one. I rolled a fine. It's the only fine on me. I'm wearing rags.
Yep. I'll make sure I got that chart up there. Here we go.
Just sliced him a little on the cheek there. 1 damage.
They as you cut him across the cheek, I'll say you knock some of the you put a nice little cut there, removing part of his beard. He yelps in pain and turns to flee. Pegleg left standing there on the dock by himself, and he begins to try and hobble away. You have won this battle.
Aye, sure, and it takes some brass cannonballs to start a fight when you're a one-legged man.
I hope they enjoy their rum.
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
But we should. The captain's still ashore. Who would be the next in line to tell that someone tried to abscond with some of our rum?
The bosun would be the next, yeah. Blood Daniels. Mm-hmm.
Wait, he was here, right?
Yeah, he went below deck just before the fight broke out.
All right. Can I send one of we have these ghosts for an hour, but we're not in danger anymore. How about I send one of the ghosts to go let them know?
Perfect.
Sure.
They don't even have to go up the ramp. They can just go right through the hole.
As it passes through the hall, you hear inside clunk, bang, crack, and 3 others emerge from below deck. Oh my God, there's a ghost on board! And Bosun Blood pops his head up, and he's like, "Squirmy Jim, what be the message?"
Ah, Mr. Daniels, there was an attack. 4 scurvy dogs came by and tried to steal our rum. With the help of my friend there, we drove them off.
Aye. Who be they that attacked?
Blacktooth, Pegleg, and 2 other motherfuckers.
Polly, Giggles. That's what I have.
Copy.
What be their business attacking us?
They was thirsty is all.
Just wanted our rum.
Seems as there's easier ways to get rum.
This rum by the barrel, I think, is worth like 1,000 silver, if I remember correctly. I don't have that in front of me.
Oh.
Yeah, well, be it the captain should be here any moment. Prepare to set sail.
Aye, Cap. He's not captain. What is he? He's
Bosun.
Bosun, yeah.
He's the bosun.
Bosun Moon? Blind Pew? Yeah. Yellowbeard be having something to say about this. So you have set sail. We flash back to the present. The melancholy ambience intensifies, and a subdued urgency grips you as the rains grow heavier. Somewhere out there on the horizon, Black Coral Bay awaits. What are you doing during this time as the storm approaches? Oh, actually, Bosun had ordered you to make sure the cargo is secured on deck. Who would like to do that?
I'll help with that.
Yeah, that sounds like a thing that Brother Nameless can do.
Yeah, my agility is 0, but it's better than my
Yeah.
strength. So.
As the ship pitches through the water, just make an agility check to get there, and then a strength check to tighten those knots down.
All right.
Wait, we're gonna have to make agility checks to walk on the deck.
I got 18.
Okay. Well, the ship's doing this number on these obnoxious waves and getting splashed and wet, everything. So
I can be helpful with anything agility-wise.
So I got 18, helping tie it down.
all right, so you've gotten there and have tied down the knot. As you're all kind of like just hanging back, trying to shelter from the rain, you hear the thunder, vroom, and then you hear this thwomp, and the sound seems to have come from above, and you look up, and something heavy appears to have hit the sail, and you see the lump of the shapes kind of like distort the sail for a moment, and then splunk. Suddenly an octopus drops on deck. 7-legged octopus. Tentacles wither as it slithers across the slick deck. Septopus, seeking to drop back into the ocean.
Let us not obstruct it on its business.
That there be bad luck, I think.
Bad luck for the septopus.
He doesn't seem very lucky if he only had 7 of them.
Hey,
Exactly.
well, we can kill it, add it to the ship's food stores, or we can just let it get back to its home.
Brother Nameless, having barely missed that agility check to walk across the deck, is more than inclined to let this octopus go on its way.
Now, who be throwing the septopus?
You can roll a presence check if you would like to see if you can spot anything that may have tossed said septopus.
Definitely looking for the septopus apult.
We're looking at a 14 since the rain and everything's kind of making it a little difficult.
Well, I have rolled a 17.
As you kind of scan the horizon and the rain and the lightning flashes, and you see the formation of a water spout, so about 100 yards to the side of the ship.
Oh.
Said water spout being what flung said octopus.
Is it consistently spouting up, or is this intermittent?
It was there. You see it just as it's starting to dissipate.
Okay.
So it's a spout of water. It's not like a
Vortex?
yeah.
It's basically like a small tornado at sea that touches down into the water and sucks up water and creates
gotcha.
a
Okay.
spout, rather than a vortex which goes down. Yeah.
It's not in our path, is it?
No, it's off to the side of the ship. Out of your way. Nothing to worry about. The storm begins to rage more and more, but the shadowed shape of Black Coral Island comes into view. As you work the sails and the captain steers, you make your way to the docks. I'm always confused, there should be some deck activity from you all to help assist with bringing the ship into dock. Just roll just roll your I guess agility check. I know crew actions is a thing too. I forget what page that is on.
I got 11.
I got 17 plus my 5.
And I got the 5.
Okay.
I do have a question. So since that was 5 days ago or whatever, I assume I was able to take at least 10 minutes to regain all my health.
Yeah, you've had an opportunity to get all your health back, so you're
Okay,
full
thanks.
strength at this point.
None that agility check.
Okay, so bringing the ship to dock is a little difficult. Periodically, one of you is trying to work the sails and lift the rope, and the wind catches and lifts you off the dock or off the deck momentarily, only to bring you hard against the side of the deck of the ship as others assist you back on. But you make your way into the harbor and to the dock. Your ship creaks and clunks against the dock in the howling winds of the storm. Bosun Blood orders, "Get that cargo off the ship and hauled to the Green Kraken. Jonesy was expecting us yesterday." The dock workers struggle and strain to assist in tying off the mooring lines. Their voices a whisper in the elemental fury as they shout against the deafening roar of the wind and wave. One of them looks to you, trying to haul the cargo off the ship. "Hey, over there, you lot looking for shelter or death wish?" One of the dock workers yells, cupping hands so as to project his voice. I'm having difficulty focusing here. Give me some strength check, and I guess Brother Nameless, as you're trying to strength this stuff off the deck, and the others are below agility-wise trying to guide it safely onto the dock.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. And who's assisting from the dock to get it?
Unless that critical success will give anyone else a bonus, in which case it is definitely a critical success.
Then yeah, anyone else assisting will reduce that DR to
I got a 12.
to 10. So yeah, 12. You're able to get that down on there. One of the barrels clunks a little bit heavily. In the chaos, a familiar face emerges. Nicholas, the one-eyed Squid Williams, an old acquaintance only recognized beneath the drenched hood and tattered cloak by the small red rubied eye set in the squid motif of his leather eye patch. He comes to you. He's like, "Oi, Jenny, you won't believe what old Soggy Joe's been squawking about. A flying seven-legged octopus, he says. Seems the ash and grogs finally addled his brain proper. But you never know in these waters."
I didn't know Soggy Joe could count to 7.
Aye, he is a bit of a mess, is he not? Straining against the relentless wind and rain, you make your way up the dock. You must lean in close to catch each word as he speaks. "Get yourself to shelter," he shouts, gesturing towards the town. The wind howls louder, drowning out the sounds of the sea as you navigate the wet and treacherous planks towards the uncertain safety of Black Coral Bay. The Green Kraken is there just off the docks, a seedy tavern that serves as the heart of Coral Town. As you move the cargo around to the storage door room, you are greeted by Amelia Swift Shadow Beechwood. Her piercing blue eyes and raven black hair that matches her dark practical clothing. Quickly, get that stuff in here, she shouts to the four of you.
Aye, aye.
Arr.
Hey, Jenny. I'll bet you 5 silver we can't get this in there in the next 4 minutes.
Quickly.
All right, 5 silver.
I just remembered my condition, my idiosyncrasy is I bet on everything possible.
I know the best way to get down there.
I bet you don't.
Mine is always knowing the way, but not really knowing the way.
So you're trying to speedily get the cargo into the storage room.
What do I have to roll to see if I won my bet?
If you're trying to do it in a hurry, I guess give me a strength check there, old squirmy Jim, as you're trying to rush it.
That's gonna suck. I got an 11 because my strength is -1. Otherwise, I would have passed.
One of the barrels clunks heavily against the door frame as you make it in.
Arr, squirmy. Be careful with that.
I'm down 4 silver.
5 silver.
But there's expenses.
Oh.
It's a surcharge.
No, not how that works.
You agreed to it when you signed the ship's charter. If you were to pull out the ship's charter, you see Squirmy Jim. Squirmy Jim wrote in his own blood on the back of the page, and everyone on board agrees to his gambling surcharge.
Or so he says.
All right, 65.
I'll take that 5.
There you go. Yeah, that's down from 70 for me. Okay.
Well, I only started with 20, so I'll take that 5 and smile about it.
I didn't do any pregame shopping. I wanted to gamble a lot.
I didn't
Swift
shop.
Shadow. Oh, sorry.
I was just saying, I didn't shop either. I just got 20. So.
Bummer.
Couldn't shop.
Amelia Swift Shadow quickly inspects the cargo, wrapping on each of the barrels of rum. Tunk, 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 tunk. It's like, this one seems to be a little short. Were you drinking rum on the voyage here? She asks.
Of course not.
No, we don't. We drink rum, but we drink the ship's rum, not the cargo.
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is very obvious. I was just joking, as you would have had to have capped the barrel, and it is obviously not capped. We'll have to speak to the supplier about the shortage. Quickly go around front and come in. I'll be sure that your drinks are covered for the night.
Off we go!
Very good.
You guys think there's a rat in there drinking up all the rum?
Probably a 7-legged octopus.
Oh. I don't know if it would fit.
I think it's some guy named Rizzo.
Rizzo.
As you enter, the wind swirls the thick smoke of pipes, and you are met by the unmistakable aroma of spilt ale and shouts to close the door over the chorus of righteous laughter and clanking tankards. The melody of an unfamiliar shanty plays on an accordion coming from the corner. Somebody else roll on that shanty chart to learn a 4th shanty for your ship.
All right, I rolled before, so someone else do it.
Me. It's D12, right?
Yeah.
Bam. 6.
6. Drunken Sailor. So now you know Dead Horse, Drunken Sailor, Fish in the Sea, and a drop of Nelson's blood. Okay.
Nice.
There it is.
Flickering lanterns reveal a motley crew of pirates and townsfolk, grizzled, hardened faces, as well as some of those that are young and eager. Jonesy, the barkeep, stands formidably behind the wooden counter, filling tankards while exchanging gruff banter with patrons. The bar is a patchwork of maritime memorabilia, faded maps, ship's wheels, and a collection of curiosities hang haphazardly on the wall. Amelia appears from the back, and Jonesy, see that these four have plenty to drink this evening.
Arr! I brought me own flagon.
Jonesy looks to each of you. Ladies, gentlemen, what be it, rum, ale, or something more special? Would you like? He serves, he serves an infusion of ale and ash if you're wishing to partake in the ash, which for our audience is the destroyed remains of the undead that have physiological and psychological effects as you take that as a drug.
Rum will do me.
As tempting as that ash is, and Brother Nameless clacks down a small it's a little monkey skull with the top of it chopped off. He says, "Just rum for me," indicating that he wants the monkey skull filled with rum.
Well, if we're covered for the night, I'll take to something special.
Alrighty. As you throw back your ash-infused ale, roll a d20.
Can I get it in rum?
Whatever, yeah. He sells both infusions, rum, ale, and just pure ash if you want to snort it off the counter.
I have rolled a 10, which gives me synesthesia, I guess. I hear colors, see sounds, and feel taste.
Which is one of the lesser scary effects of partaking in ash.
Yeah,
okay.
That's a very lucky roll.
Yeah.
So as you're
2d6 minutes, 9 minutes.
As you're there at the bar and kind of looking about the room, the corner table where Captain Davies has a reserved booth sits empty.
What color does it sound like?
With the melody coming from the accordion, you're getting a blend of like rainbow colors, purples and blues and yellows. The high notes are coming through as red, the low notes coming through as blue, and a whole rainbow of flavors. You've got Skittles in your eyes.
Game Master, did we see the Eye of... Were we able to observe the Eye of Chaos when we entered the dock?
Because I'm like totally sweating palm nervous about running this game tonight, let's retro this back. Each of you can roll a presence check while on the dock to see what boats are anchored in the harbor. So my apologies, that was supposed to be part of that.
13.
I also rolled a 13.
17.
10.
10. Squirmy is preoccupied, wiping the rain out of his eyes. Each of you that rolled a 13, you're able to make out the shapes of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additional ships in the harbor. The Mad Cannon, the Iron Rogue, the Scornful Squid, the Vile Knight, and the Sea Dagger. And because you rolled higher on that roll, Jenny, you're able to recall the names of the captain and bosun of 2 of those ships of your choice.
What was the last ship? I've got the Cannon, the Rogue, the Squid, the Knight. What's the other one?
And Sea Dagger.
The Dagger, okay. Can I know the dagger and the squid's captains?
The captain of the Sea Dagger is Thorn Blackfin. His bosun, Blackfin. His quartermaster is Cassandra Blackthorn. And which other one did you want? I apologize.
Squid.
The Scornful Squid. The captain of the Scornful Squid is Barnabas Blackthorn. You know that Barnabas is Cassandra's father. And the bosun is Thaddeus Redheart. Redheart.
Thaddeus Redheart. Okay.
Heart.
And Barnabas is Cassandra's dad.
Yeah, so the Sea Dagger and this Scornful Squid are friendly to each other. As you again are, and you did not see the Eye of Chaos. The Eye of Chaos is not in harbor, Brother Nameless. While you were watching the colors rainbow before your eyes, Jim, Brother Nameless, Patchy, and Jenny, as you look around the room, you notice Soggy Joe on the floor, leaning against the wall. Scattered about the floor are the shells of peanuts. Someone's been eating plenty of peanuts in this area. And two scallywags, for lack of a better term again, walk past you towards Soggy Joe. One of them looks over his shoulder and is like, the crew of the Dutch oven. And he laughs, making fun of your ship name. His friend walks over, kicks Soggy Joe hard while he lies on the floor, and spills his ale all over Soggy Joe. Soggy Joe desperately tries to catch some of the fluid in his mouth.
Do we know Soggy Joe?
We heard Sorry.
Yes, so again.
I was going to say, we heard earlier that he was talking about a seven-legged octopus jumping around.
True.
Yeah.
So is he part of our? He must be part of our ship then.
No, he saw it somewhere else. He's not one of ours.
Oh.
Yeah. As a quick description, he is weathered and a disheveled figure. You are familiar with him because he basically lives in the Green Kraken.
So, without interfering in any way with the men bullying him, I'd say, Soggy Joe, you saw that septopus?
He kind of blinks across the bar, pushes himself back up from his... They kicked him over on his side. He sits back up, looks over towards the bar at the four of you. He's like, "Oh, it be you to whom the octopus flew, tangled in fate's twisted brew. Blue is the corsair in the deep, where secrets and shadows creep. Ow, cat, you just opened a vein. Ow." Please excuse me as I try not to scream in pain.
Is the game master going to bleed out?
Oh, I'm fearful that I might be, that's a hard slice to the leg. Let me back that up. Oh, it be to you whom the octopus flew, tangled in fate's twisted brew. Blue is the corsair in the deep, where secrets and shadows keep. Barely skipping a beat, he downs half of his own flagon of ale. Will I live to see my share, or finally get caught by death's snare? His eyes kind of roll back into his head briefly, and then he returns to mumbling to himself.
Did you write that, Joe? That guy seems a little soggy.
Yeah, a little cracked in the kraken.
He blinks a little bit. Down in the depths where secrets creep, the corsair's chest holds a treasure heap. You'll have to grab it from the crab its pincers sharp and ready to stab. And his eyes again roll freely in the sockets of his skull as his words dissolve into a sea of incoherency.
I like the idea of treasure,
Treasure's
but not
good.
from this guy.
Giant crabs, not a fan. Treasure?
Mm.
Hmm.
But he
Friendship.
did know about the septopus.
Have you never had giant crab loaded up with butter?
After it's dead, yeah. I got the impression that this giant crab was still alive and holding the treasure.
Yeah, well, that we get treasure and we get a giant crab worth of meat.
Hmm.
Both
Ah,
sound
yes.
very fine.
I hear it too, babe. I know.
But it's coming from Soggy Bottom, and I don't know if I...
Yeah, you got a point.
It weaves her web in mysterious circumstances.
I'm all for the treasure. Let's go.
Douchey.
I know exactly the way.
Soggy Joe seems to come to himself again, pushing himself up from the wall and moving with a swagger and a stagger. He stumbles more than walks over to the bar and leans heavily upon it and smiles, the reek of rum oozing from the sweat of his body. He looks to you and he says, "Did I hear you correctly that you are interested in the treasure?"
Aye.
Why would it be?
Hi.
Yeah, and the crab.
How many people have you told this rhyme to?
Oh, rhyme? Did I?
How many
I
people
mentioned-
know the treasure, Joe?
You seem to be the only ones taking me seriously.
Oh.
What free tale? Why would you take me seriously? Everyone tells me I'm just full of mumbo jumbo.
Well,
Because you knew about the septopus.
lots of people.
Exactly.
Yeah. Lots of people are full of mumbo jumbo, but they made it up from somewhere, didn't they?
Exactly. And there was a septopus, that's for sure.
Besides which, some of the mumbo
Septopus.
jumbo's real. Just a little while ago, I summoned some ghosts to a fight.
Ah,
A
you did.
septopus. Does that mean 7? Like the 7-legged octopus I saw in my dreams?
Aye, but I have to know, is it because it's missing a leg or because it was born that way?
Oh, I do not know. I only saw the septopus, he says hesitantly, afraid he's not using the word correctly. But the visions of the crab, the blue corsair and the crabs. Treasure, and his eyes sparkle.
Now, be this treasure, you say, at the bottom of the sea?
I know not. I just know that the blue corsair holds the treasure in his chest.
Well, who's he?
Blue Corsair. What's that
Corsair
about?
is a ship.
As you are like questioning him, give me a presence check. I want to say, let's forget what's what. Presence, smarts, perception, repair,
Nope, I'm dumber
spirit
than
or willpower. As you
18?
try and get some information out of him.
19 for me.
I got 18.
Wow. 18.
Yep, haven't got a clue what's going on. I'll just sit here and talk to myself, which is my idiosyncrasy.
You
Yeah, there's something else.
over the course of the night, you're able to like, you buy him some drinks, shake him up a little bit, throw some water in his face. He becomes a little more lucid. He explains that the shipwreck on the shoals in a lost island out to sea is where the Corsair can be found. The ship itself has been run aground.
Have you a
It's
map?
not a sunken ship, it's a crashed ship.
Yes, a crashed ship.
Aye.
It be north of here, he says.
North
How
is
many
far.
days? How many days would it take us to get to this ship?
I know not how long, I just know where to go.
Well, you best tell us, Joe.
I will go with you so that I am guaranteed my share.
If we can find this treasure, I believe you're entitled to something.
If not, also entitled to something.
Hi.
I do thank you for the rum.
Did we buy this guy rum?
Yes.
Eh,
As part of you trying to, I would assume maybe over the course of the night, trying to get information out of him.
Well,
That's
we
one
got
of
free
the-
rum coming to us anyway, so why not?
Exactly. It's I'll give him my
Give
part
him
of
a
mine.
glass of it. Yeah.
My free. We just have to convince the captain that we need to head north
Aye.
Or steal a ship.
or steal a ship. Well-
As the night progresses and the storm rattles the building, Bosun Blood eventually comes in and sits at the table with one of the other captains in the area. I just closed that list like a doofus. So yes, the your bosun Blood has stepped in. If you're going to try and convince somebody to go after treasure, now is your opportunity.
Hey, Mr. Blood.
What be it, Jimmy?
We heard tell of a shipwreck full of treasure some ways to the north. We be thinking we sail that way next.
We do have cargo to deliver to the north. Maybe we can swing by this island. How did you come about this information?
Well, I know
It definitely
You know-
was not by Soggy Joe.
sometimes you meet a man what be addled in the brain, but he speaks the truth in certain states of mind. He knew of the septopus that flew out of the sea at our ship. He spoke a rhyme of treasure and giant crabs and something about
Treasure.
a corsair crashed on an island. He'll come with us, you see. If he leads us astray, we can send him on a stroll down the plank.
Sharks.
Especially if it's on our way. We have to head north
Absolutely.
anyways.
I am sure the captain would be thrilled to find treasure. We could end these days of running cargo from place to place, and we could live free with no
Yes.
obligations to others.
For several days until the treasure runs out.
Yeah, I suppose it would depend on the amount of treasure we find.
Hey. Haha. There's no
Spend it
amount of
on.
treasure I can't spend on rum. Haha.
a better way.
I bet you would run out within a week, Squirmy Jim.
I
and
bet you I
suppose-
wouldn't.
I suppose we will find out the results of that bet in the coming days, weeks, and maybe a month.
What be the stakes?
I know not. Half your share of the treasure?
Half my
my
share if I run out inside a week.
Which doesn't make any sense, does it?
No.
Then there'll be no money left.
This be sounding
Aye.
like a good bet.
I'm standing in the back one.
All right, does not sound like a good bet after all.
No, shake on it.
Let's just see. Let's
I
just
know the
see if we
way.
can find the treasure first. Aye, Ginny, you know the way.
Yeah, I
You're
know the
queen.
way.
Jenny knows the way. Soggy Joe told us.
Correct.
Mm,
And you know how I am
Um,
about directions.
But Mr.
Go on.
Bosun, I say we shouldn't give Soggy Joe any work for a good day. He needs to dry out a bit.
I suspect so. He reeks of rum. You can see it running off his body as sweat. I've known many men who have died from such amounts.
Maybe we could dunk him before we put him on board. He's a bit stinky.
Aye, he is quite ripe, as they say.
Riper than us says something.
I'll
Yes,
bet
at least
you
we-
10 silver I could smell him coming around the corner.
No one's
That bet I
taking
am not going to take.
Aye.
Oh,
All right, well, fairly well for the evening.
cheat
I will. Sorry, go ahead.
oh, I said I only take bets I can cheat at.
We shall. I shall seek the captain out and speak to them. I am pretty sure that they will agree to at least sailing as much as a day off course if necessary.
Aye. This captain hasn't been very available lately. Are they under the weather?
He has peculiar taste. He does. He has made his way to the. As I do not have the name of the House of Ill Repute right up here.
Has he been dipping in the ash?
There's nothing too peculiar about that place.
He has gone to see his lady at the local establishment, if you know what I mean.
Aye.
Speaking of, why are we not at said establishment?
Well, we were here drinking.
Arr.
One thing at a time, Ginny. How
If
long
you
were we
wish
here
to go there, then you are welcome to, yes.
Aye, we'll head over that way.
Yes, let's go.
Alrighty.
The place is called the Treasured Chest.
Of course.
Of the several houses of ill repute on the island, this is the busiest as most politically correct. Madame Dubois and her staff are renowned for their services, which include, but are not limited to,
Absolutely, yeah.
yes, all of
That's
the above,
exactly what I'm looking for.
as well as, yeah. Mhm. So you will spend the evening there. It will cost you some silver, 10 silver.
10?
Arr.
Mhm.
I'll
I'm
bet
sure I
I
could
can
find
talk
it.
him into letting me stay for 5. I'll bet you 5 silver.
No. But maybe if you could give Ben some to let me stay for 5.
They always
That'll
give me
work.
a discount. I
I will stay and drink rum. See if I
Yeah,
can't find a dice game to cheat at.
Okay.
The Green Kraken has like a small room off to the side that has various hammocks that people crash in periodically through the night and through the days. If you would like to do a bit of dice rolling, carousing as it is said on here, let's see. What is an appropriate thing here? Gambling with someone's crew member, and let's see. Roll me a any dice, odd or even. Odd being you lose, even you win.
Okay. Well, I roll a 1.
Okay. Roll it twice more. Best of 3. Since you are cheating, we'll give you an opportunity.
I was going to say, how can I figure out the cheat part? That's a 4 and then a 2.
Okay, so best of 3. You are roll 2d10.
6.
You are up 60 silver from your game of cheating.
Hey.
Game of cheating. Is that the actual name of a game that pirates play?
Probably.
Yes.
There are no rules, but you
well,
have to
yeah.
cheat anyway.
I believe there is a game called that, in fact.
Yeah, you just play. I guess you're just rolling like for high on the dice. As the night progresses, the pirate across from you, we'll call him Jimmy Tan Hat. He's one of the lesser intelligent members of one of the crew. He's like, but geez, how the heck did you win so much? You be cheating me?
Of course not. I never cheat as I start talking to myself about not cheating.
Gracious. I've got no money to stay at the inn tonight. I suppose it's the hammocks I will go. And he stomps off to find a hammock in the back of the Green Kraken. There's a separate room again off to the side.
I will also stay in the hammock because I'm cheap.
And the night proceeds and passes by. We will not go into any detail of said activities. The storm passes roughly at about 3 a.m., we'll say. And the next morning, Black Coral awakens to chaos along its shores. Following the hurricane, the smell of the sea mixed with the damp dirt is carried on the salty breeze, and the storm's aftermath is heavy in the air. The waves that used to be calm and are suddenly crashing against the docks, reflecting the wrath of the passing storm. The remains of the Wraith Wrath are smashed against the rocks near the harbor. Crates, barrels, and other bits of cargo from the torn ship are strewn all around. And peppered amongst the flotsam are the remains of some of the crew, zombies. A ragtag group of greedy scavengers and opportunists, regardless of the danger, have gathered on the beaches to take advantage of the riches that the sea had bestowed upon them.
I'm sorry, did you say zombies?
There are zombies mixed in. Yeah, some of the wet and furious surviving crew members from the wrecked ship scramble to gather up their belongings that have been scattered and defend themselves against the clawing, crawling, and staggering corpses. Do you participate in the sacking of the Wraith's cargo?
I do.
Yeah.
Arr.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to keep my eye out for any firearms I can steal.
All right. A flurry of fist fights and grappling breaks out between rival pirates and desperate townfolks, quickly raising tensions. There are a handful of deck ghouls. Some of the members of the crew are running about trying to get their things. But yeah, there are various zombies about, a couple of them with pistols on their belts.
Well, if they be too dead in the brain to pull them and shoot, I'll stab one, take his gun.
I will as well.
Aha.
I'll go after one with the gun.
As you move to attack them, I will have to roll initiative again. Somebody do the 1d6.
Three.
As you move to attack or to grapple at these ghouls, roll your DR as one of them reaches out to try and claw you, Squirmy Jim.
My defense. 10.
He gets the claw
Ow!
off on you, doing 4 points of claw damage.
You
It
rotten
hisses in your
bastard!
face. Another one turns to you, Jenny, as you approach to try and he leans in to try and bite. So please roll your
My DR is a
DR.
20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Your DR should be 12.
Yeah, your DR is they're quick, so your DR is actually 14.
Oh, okay.
To defend against them, since they are quick.
Well,
But you rolled a dirty 20, so you successfully defend yourself. Yes. Brother Nameless and Patchy, were you moving in on that, or just going for some cover?
Yeah, I got a 17 on my defense.
Nice.
One of the living crew members has rushed over to you and tries to, it's like, Brother No Name. It just happens to be Blacktooth. Our squabble on the deck. And Tortuga, I shall have my revenge for the damage you have done to me and my friends. And he tries to stab at you and misses with his cutlass. Patchy, were you going again after somebody or just grabbing cargo?
Yeah, I'll go after somebody, and then I'll get whatever I get out of this. I'll get out of this. It'll be a surprise.
There is a loot the body chart somewhere.
Hmm.
Sorry, you were saying. I apologize. I was looking for the loot the body chart.
But they're attacking first, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So roll your defense. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a D20 plus agility.
So, yeah, I only rolled an 8. So,
One of the battered scallywags brings a dagger to bear. Get back from our cargo. It belongs to us. Doing all of 1 point of damage.
Ha.
Squirmy. So now you'll get to do your counterattacks on them. I apologize. The deck ghouls are a little more difficult to hit. So
Hold on a second. I want to check something real quick.
you okay, Jason?
Yeah,
Just tired.
a little. I'm here.
Okay. I'm just worried about you. I know you said you hadn't been sleeping well, so I worry about you.
All right.
What you got for me, Jimmy?
Swing a harpoon. I missed. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about my fighting my evil thoughts.
Yeah. You grit your teeth and...
Yeah, I failed that as well. Which actually means I get 2 attacks. They're just at a +4 DR. So my first attack missed. My second attack is 13, also misses.
The zombie, kind of in its staggering way, dodges each of your attacks. Jenny.
This is exhausting.
A couple of town folk come running up beside you, Squirmy Jim, and offer aid in bringing down this ghoul.
Aye! Take him out at the knees!
And Jenny, you are counterattacking on the ghoul that you are facing, correct? So yeah,
yes,
give him
please. Yes, please.
give him
And
a
I
whack.
got a 15.
All right, that is a clean hit.
And that is 8 damage.
Right. And seeing as how these deck ghouls only have so many hit points, that one, it's a clean shot to the head, braining it, and it drops dead on the beach. It has a pistol and a holster on its hip,
Nice.
a little satchel of powder, and I was not going to say that, and some balls in a bag for the pistol.
Powder balls pistol.
Yes. And if you roll a D100, he's got something else randomly on his body.
I got a 60.
He's wearing a leather eye patch.
I need that.
And the notation in italics says that eye can see in the dark. So I guess that's the thing. So in this rules as well. Snatch up that eye patch. The townsfolk bring down the one by you, Squirmy Jim, Brother Nameless, and Patchy.
Brother Nameless is going to swing at Blacktooth Gummy Mouth there. And that is a 16.
Ooh, that is a solid hit.
And 7 damage. I think what my anchor actually does is it just ignores 1 tier of armor, because it says target's armor is reduced by 1 tier during the attack.
Yeah, I think just because it's such a brutal hit, the armor just doesn't do any good. If they have
armor for like my attack, it's considered 1 tier less.
Yeah, so your DR would be better.
No, their armor would soak less damage.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's not wearing any armor. He's got like a crappy leather vest and some pants and boots. You deliver a death blow. As you swing that anchor at him, he's like, how dare you do this after
all you didn't do for me.
A brutal crunch as he drops to the ground. He has a cutlass on him, and you also can roll on that D100 chart to loot his body.
We got 40.
In his pocket, he has a recipe for turtle stew. If made, everyone who can smell it passes out. Of course, you don't know that yet, right? You don't know that yet.
We do now.
You do now. As players, you know that. That's kind of funny. Okay.
That's a rusty cutlass, right?
He had the where did he go? He had a gnarled cutlass, yeah. Kind of bent and dented up. Yeah, kind of toothy. And patchy.
All right, I will take a swing at whoever's in front of me.
This battered scallywag. Somewhere in the surf is a dead body of Pegleg.
I rolled a 20.
So double damage.
Okay, so does that mean I roll the damage twice?
Just we'll double what you roll on the die. Yeah.
Come on. 6.
Oh, okay. So, and you're attacking with a dagger, or I'm sorry,
the rapier.
Okay. This person sees you coming at him, like stumbles a little bit over a conch shell in the beach, and his eyes go wide as your rapier just plunges right through his heart. He groans and drops to the ground. They have a dagger, and again, that D100 for looting his body.
That'll be 65.
A jar of black sand. Yet to be determined what that means.
Okay.
No italicized text. Squirmy Jim. Those people trying to flop on the zombie aren't having much luck. He turns to you one more time to try and scratch you with his claws. So your defense roll, and then a counter attack to hopefully polish him off.
I think we might be about to say goodbye to Squirmy Jim. I rolled a 10.
Oof. Okay. How many hit points did you start with?
Started with 7, down to 3 now.
Ooh, I rolled a 2 on that twice. I'm gonna roll a 3, aren't I? Which would make you broken. A 4 would have killed you. Yeah, any negative hit points is automatic death. Zero hit points. You're staggered a little bit by that. I guess one last opportunity to finish this guy off, or you can roll a morale check to see if you turn and run.
I am.
No, I'm not going to afford no morale check. Just do what you want to do. Yeah.
Can I roll agility to try and grab the pistol from his belt and run? 'Cause that's the whole reason I came over here.
Instead of an attack? Yeah, go right ahead.
All right.
I'm going to set that DR at the same as an attack requirement, 14.
Unbelievably, I have rolled a 16. I was prepared to spend Devil's Luck on it, but I don't need to. I snatch that pistol, and I start a running. Leaving the townsfolk to deal with the zombie.
There's one shot in the chamber of said gun. It is soaking wet, so it probably won't fire unless you give it time to dry out.
Well, that's a bummer. I was going to shoot someone with it. If this had gone a lot better, I would have taken it and shot someone else and taken their stuff. But Squirmy Jim not having the best time. I still got a gun out of it.
Still got a gun out of it.
I'm going to run off of the beach and straight to the bullet store.
Sounds good. On the derelict ship, there will be some cargo that you can recover.
Okay.
What kind of cargo do we recover?
Let's have each of you roll a d20.
11.
11.
17.
Right. An 11 is contraband of some sort. That's all it says. A 3, you find a satchel of coffee beans.
Ooh.
And someone else, I'm sorry, what were the other two?
17.
17. You find it says large statue in the sand. I'm going to say a large statue, maybe about 10, 12 pounds. But it is one of, by as luck would have it, is one of the deep ones. Maybe not specifically the one that you worship, but it is definitely one of the great old ones in statue form.
Perfect.
And Squirmy Jim.
Do I get to roll because I have canonically run away?
Yeah, there's plenty of cargo just kind of lying about, people snatching stuff up. We'll give everyone an opportunity.
Alrighty, 27.
Just a single D20. Sorry.
Oh, I thought we were rolling a D100. D20 makes it 18.
Well, you find a bag of silver. Roll that D100 again to determine how much is in there.
Wow.
3.
51.
51. There are 51 pieces of silver in said bag.
Dang.
Well, I immediately spend 10 at the bullet store.
Yeah, you as the morning kind of progresses, the captain has still not come out to be seen. You gather up all these goods and are able to go off and buy any supplies that you would like at this time.
All right.
Which we're at 12 o'clock, so Central Time 12.
All right, yeah. So, good point. Let's take our break. We'll be back in 10 minutes, everyone. I see that we have one viewer, and I know from the chat that it's Jason. But
Jason.
hopefully someone watches later on. We'll be back after our break. See you soon.
Okay.
No worries.
It's
We're
all right.
back. Somebody raided while we were on break. I don't know if anybody's still here, but thanks for coming by if you are here. We had just looted a shipwrecked vessel, and now I guess we're going to be off soon, huh?
Yeah, let me just make sure get your shanties sorted out here. As you set sail, I don't know if you guys want to do a shanty. Yay or nay?
We probably
Bonuses,
should.
right?
I
Because you
forget
have
shanties. What page is that?
They are on
let me see.
page.
Just had them here.
There.
Page
There they are. 68,
69.
69. So each day
Nice.
we can sing a number of sea shanties equal to the captain's spirit plus or one,
So
plus or
you can
minus
sing. You can sing up to 2. You've got.
copy. Choose from your crew's known shanties and test crew skill DR12.
What's our crew skill?
Crew skill is -1 for us.
Yeah, and
Nice.
the one fish in the sea, choose the direction the wind blows, which is kind of fun. But the other one, increase the ship's speed by 1 for 8 hours, so you could like get to your destination much faster with that one.
Let's do it. I say, yeah, let's do Drop of Nelson's Blood. Agreement?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll the skill check unless someone else wants to roll it.
You go ahead.
for it.
I've rolled a 14.
Nice.
And that is the Drop of Nelson's Blood. The lyrics
the
of
hour?
that thing. Yeah, if you'd wish, yeah.
6 hours.
All right.
6 hours. So that will get you moving. There are a lot of lyrics to this particular shanty. I'll just read the first few. Oh, we'd be all right if the wind was on our sail or in our sail. Oh, we'd be all right if the wind was in our sails. We rolled the old chariot along. We'll all hang on behind. That is a lot of it's a shanty. I'll put it in our game Discord, the Discord for game planning, so you can see that.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay.
Yarr.
It is a long shanty.
Well,
Oh, it sure
better
is.
be. It's going to last us
6 hours.
6 hours.
Yeah, we sing so hard the ship gets faster, guys.
Okay.
Yep. It's like the winds are at your favor as you voyage to the ship north by northeast. Well, you're going directly north. As the crew set sail, the rhythmic creaking of the ship and the billing of the winds accompanying them on their nautical journey. The compass needle points steadfastly north. Whole lot of goody just to read along there. What are you doing in the course of your journey? It's going to take a day to get your destination, basically.
I am at
What are you up
1
to?
hit point, so I would love to rest. Can I roll a d8 to get my hit points back?
Yeah, whatever your recovery is, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
overnight is a long rest. Do we have that much time?
It's basically a day's rest, so
Yeah.
we can say overnight, and you'll arrive at your destination tomorrow morning. How about that?
Okay, that's good, except I've rolled a d8 and I've got a 1. So I have gone up from 1 to 2 hit points.
Well, I can heal you,
Oh,
Jason. Steve.
You can. Please do.
I can.
Stormy Jim, do you have any devil's luck that you could work with that?
Oh, yeah,
I
you're right. I
can
can re-roll one.
Yeah, Jenny's got a healing
If you
ritual.
want to, you
so-
can, but like I said, I can heal up to 5 times a day.
Okay, so I have spent a devil's luck, which turned my 1 into a 3. And if you don't mind healing, I can take 3 more.
Okay. Well,
she
I
gets
got
to roll a d8 as well.
5.
Oh, yeah. All right. Stormy Jim miraculously recovered. Thank you very much.
Of course.
It's my love of my new firearm that has healed me.
Well, then you have to name it, of course. If you love it that much.
Her name,
Bonnie?
Her name is Bonnie.
Fits. Fitting.
No,
Your
I should name her Patty for the alliteration. Patty the pistol.
There you go.
I like it.
Your bosun, Francis Blood Daniels, a burly and boisterous sailor responsible for overseeing the deckhands. What do you do for activities while sailing to the? Just want to, what kind of casual things are you up to in the meantime?
Probably play cards.
I'm going to the cook and trying to get this coffee roasted up.
You go to the cook. This is Lorna Spice Malone. I asked for a bunch of names through Chat GPT, and for the bosun, they gave me Stormy Daniels.
I did notice that.
I was like, I am not going to use Stormy Daniels as my bosun.
It's a good pirate name when you think about it.
It is, but I'll
Yeah.
rename him Blood Daniels instead. So Spicy Malone, or Spice Malone, is a fiery and vivacious cook known for her culinary skills, especially in adding unexpected spices to traditional dishes. As you enter her, like in the galley, she's like, "Oh, Brother Nameless, what can I do for you today?"
I gathered this satchel of beans off of the wrecked ship in port, and I thought perhaps you could use them.
Let me see those. And she quickly looks, she sniffs. Oh, that smells like some fine coffee. Some of the finest I've smelt in the Caribbean in a long time. And it's like, there on the shelf, grab that, the little grinder device.
Yeah, I snatched that up.
You do the work. You seem you've got some muscles on you. Grind that stuff up into a fine powder, and I'll get the water boiling.
I'm good for cranking it for a while.
I'll bet you are.
One of the deckhands, Izzy Cooper, a young and agile deckhand eager to prove herself, is gambling with you, Patchy. You doing some more dice games or playing cards?
Yeah, either one. I mean, I am dice, but I could find cards, but I'll own cards if I can.
All right. Well, let's roll opposed d20s. I know that's not really how, and see what. So first roll.
20.
All right. That's a critical success, basically. Second roll.
2.
All right. With your critical success, I'll let you roll that a second time. See if you.
And 13.
Okay. And final roll.
10.
Not knowing poker games, maybe like playing some blackjack or something. You win the first 2 hands, and you are able to double down on one of those hands and double your winnings. And then she wins a single hand, and in the process of doing this, you will win. Well, roll a d4 and a d10. So whatever your d10 is, multiply it by what the 4 comes up.
Okay. The D4, I rolled a 3.
So 3 times
6. 60.
6.
Right?
Okay, so 8. Yeah, so 18.
Oh, wait, no.
18 silver you went off of her.
18. Math, yes.
Yeah.
18. Where did I put that other one?
Hi, well, shoot. I should get back into the riggings and ensure that everything's okay. Squirmy, while you're kind of like hanging out on deck, you hear the navigator and Foggy, Soggy Joe bickering about the direction and the heading.
I told you the way to go.
What be the problem, boys?
The navigator turns to you. See if I've got a name for the guy. Celeste Starlight Vega.
What be the problem, folks?
This skeletal bit of a man is trying to tell me my business. I've had to change course to avoid some of the shaws ahead.
Soggy Joe. Are you too soggy to know what a shipwreck looks like? We go around the shoals.
Aye, but the shipwreck is within the shoals. We must navigate inside them somehow.
Perhaps we make anchor here and take one of the boats.
The lookout above you is like, ship ho over there. We can, and indicates that the ship is about 300 yards ahead of you, behind a rocky shoal. Navigator shouts up, is like, is there a way to get to the ship? He's like, aye, if you navigate to the side here and swing over, we might be able to reach it.
Don't you all think we should alert the captain if we're gonna change direction and stop the ship and things like that?
The bosun is like, aye, I'll go inform the captain that we have arrived at our destination.
Mysterious captain, he never comes out of his cabin.
He's a brooding type. He has much on his mind.
Aye.
Probably that lady in town.
Yes. I'm gonna sidle over to Brother Nameless. How sure are we that this ship has a captain? What?
I think I'd swear I saw him once, but only for a moment.
All the orders come from the bosun.
But that's kind of how we do it.
This is my conspiracy theory. I think there's no captain. I think the bosun's really the captain, and this is how he avoids a mutiny.
I'm gonna settle up to you. Did you
I
see
have
mutiny?
my own thoughts to that.
What'd you say?
I'm an experienced mutineer.
I experienced, eh?
No, I mean failed.
Experience.
I mean,
well,
You mutineer.
it does take some doing to be an experienced failed mutineer.
practice it takes. Yes.
Yes.
A lot of cheating, I think.
Anyway, let's get the boats. Let's go get the treasure.
Brother Nameless, when you had returned to the deck, you have basically a nice steaming hot cup of coffee in your hand. The aroma stirs the nostrils, twitching nostrils of the others as you smell this aromatic, sweet coffee fills the air. And if you're familiar with coffee, you immediately are like, oh.
Oh, where did you
I
get
got
that?
some good stuff here.
Do you have enough to share?
You'd have to talk to the cook on that account. But there was more where this came from.
Well, then I'm gonna dash down and see if I can grab myself a cup.
Even
Before
money
we
the
head
cook
out.
drank it all already.
As you make a mad scramble to get to the galley to get some, the door of the galley swings open, creak, and your captain, Silas Blackthorn, is standing there.
Who are you?
Vinny, you'll excuse my absence on deck, but I will come up myself and steer the ship to ensure that we arrive at this derelict safely. Please help yourself to some coffee. It seems that Brother Nameless has acquired more than enough supply for a few mornings.
Aye. Well, be it then.
Your caffeine rush. Sorry,
On the
go
way
ahead.
out, I nudge him and say, "He is real."
He's real. But how do we know that's really him?
Oh.
Ooh, it could be the bosun in disguise.
That mustache looks fake.
But he said he was the captain.
Aye. And I could say I'm the captain.
Wait, you're the captain?
No.
That
But I could
the
say it.
Oh,
The captain makes his way onto deck. The bosun appears out of the shadow, and he's like, "Aye, Captain Blackthorn. He is an unfortunate certain soul. There's a spirit which takes him sometimes, possesses him, leads his actions. In times like that, I must lock him in his cabin by his own orders."
Ah, I see.
That makes sense then.
Werewolf. Werewolf. he
Yeah,
is.
perfectly normal.
He seeks to break the curse. With any luck, we will find a cure for him one day.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about werewolves that they love sailing on ships.
I haven't heard
He
that
does
one.
get a little hairy
is,
at times, that is for sure.
This is a reference to Friday night. There's a werewolf in the party.
Okay.
Two now, because you know how werewolfism is.
As you move in close, you're able to maneuver fairly close to this derelict ship. You see that the bow is crashed up on some rocks, and it is very visibly obvious that it has been cracked in half, and that the aft section of the ship has sunk to the bottom.
Any giant crabs in sight?
Give me a presence check as you're checking around, making sure everything looks safe-ish.
No.
That's a fail.
I got a 15 presence.
Okay.
I'm just still distracted by my shiny new gun that I stole off a wet zombie.
Jenny, as you're also looking about and you're peering down through, again, the current of the sea is pressing up against this derelict ship and causing some waves and foam, making it difficult to see, but you're able to see the silhouette of the aft portion of the ship, probably a good 30-40 feet beneath the surface. But you do not see any giant crabs anywhere. You do see some small blue crabs crawling around on the rocks, though.
Blue Corsair.
I don't see any large crab, though.
Let us explore the wreckage.
Yeah. Let's get on over there.
Soggy Joe, you're rowing.
He's like, oh, I thought maybe I would stay here on the ship where it's safe. Not that it's not safe, but he looks a little nervous. He's like,
here.
I don't like getting.
But we need your expertise
Yeah, you
and your vision.
and your body to shield us from harm.
I'll go, but please, if there's any trouble, quickly get me back on board the bigger ship.
Sure.
That will depend on the manner of the trouble.
Yes, you have my word.
Ha
And I wink with my eye that has a patch over it.
So all four of you and Soggy Joe are going to get in the longboat and and cross the maybe like 50 to 60 feet to the derelict.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay. As you row over, and the bow of the ship is crunched up against there, you do see in the exposed interior some crates and barrels.
I would pop some of them open, I
Is
suppose.
Yeah.
Can we get at them easily?
Easy enough, yeah. You'd have to wade, like you could get out on the rocky shoal and wade your way over. The water is probably about waist deep at its deepest to get into the interior of the ship.
Okay. Yeah, let's open some containers and see what we scored.
Yeah, let's do that.
As you make your way through, there are blue crabs crawling about on the cargo. There's a bunch of seaweed that has collected in the area. As you explore the cargo, we'll do this rolling on the D20 chart each again. Little one at a time.
8 for me.
8. It says you find an exotic creature. I am not sure what that would be. Maybe there's a
one-legged monkey.
I was gonna say maybe there's a small monkey who's been munching on blue crabs and seaweed to sustain his life. Like,
Peg-leg Pongo, I'll call him.
I did 4.
Squirmy, he kind of saunters over and like tugs on your shirt and like looks up at you with these like scared and wanting eyes. And a 4, you find a crate of sugar and sugar cane.
Ooh.
It is sealed inside, tightly wrapped, and the outer layer of sugar is slightly crusty from the seawater, but there is enough to salvage. Mm-hmm.
Nice. I'm gonna have that in my coffee.
Rolled a 5.
You find either a cask, one of those small barrels of wine or rum, wine or rum, one of the two, your choice.
I'll take the rum.
Okay, small cask of rum. And Brother Nameless.
11.
More contraband. Again, I'm not sure what contraband you guys have been finding, but I'll leave that up to you to decide if ever we get back to port and would like to sell said contraband. As you further explore the portion of the ship that is above the water, you find, where's my D8? Ugh, that's kind of horrific. Hundreds of eyeballs. They are, of course, still a bit moist because of the air here, hanging from strings and bobbing in the water.
Wait, what are they hanging from?
They've been like the string has been nailed into one of the posts or one of the cross beams of the ship, and the string's like hanging down. I was surprised the monkey hasn't eaten these eyeballs, but it is
Well,
what
he's
it
only
is.
got one leg. It's hard to get around. How
Yeah.
do they look like human eyeballs?
Yeah, we'll say that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Patty, there is a child on string behind you.
Move it back.
There was a face there for a brief
There was
second.
a face.
Ooh!
Popping through the
Middle of
background.
texting her that, and you were just like, that works too.
And in one of the other rooms, you find a glass bottle with a potion in it. Page 70. I don't know who would like to find that. If you just roll a d20 and we'll...
Potion does not sound like something Patchy wants.
Oh, I will definitely take a potion.
Me
Move
too.
on that way.
Yeah, it sounds more like Squirmy Jim or Jenny's.
I would like a potion.
Well, I rolled a 9 on that potion table.
This alchemy chart is like, okay, a 9. Let's just go right down the list and see what it does.
Hyla Truth. Oh, this is like...
Yeah, those are like recipes, but the next page, 71, a 9 comes down to what it does.
polymorph
DR12?
into a horrific monster. Permanent.
Permanent.
Yeah. And someone else found the potion, Jenny.
Yeah, 20.
It's a random result on the Mystic Mishap table. Or roll again. I'm sorry, roll again.
Roll again twice.
You find a Berserker potion. It deals ×2 melee damage. Must attack closest creature for d6 rounds. That's 1. And your second roll?
14.
A healing potion for d8. Yeah. D8 healing potion. Okay.
Would would you like to have that Berserker ×2? Melee? I'm just looking at all the stuff in my pockets.
Is that not the same potion?
Is it the same potion or is it 2?
There's 2 potions.
Oh, okay.
So I'll give you
Yeah,
the
I'll take
Berserker
the
×2.
potion.
Okay. The thing about the Berserk potion, it gives you ×2 melee damage, but you must attack the closest creature. So let us know if you're
Yep.
going to drink that.
Like, step away.
Yeah, exactly.
As you like go to drink it, you're like, everyone step away. And the aft portion of the ship is going to require somebody dive to get down there and to investigate it.
I
The
think I can
whole-
hold like 2 minutes.
Yeah, holding your breath is 1 plus your toughness for a number of minutes.
I'm going for it. 0 minutes.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, no, but it's minimum 1, so I have 1 minute.
Yeah, minimum of 1 minute. And of course, your movement of 30 feet per round is half. So it'll take like 2 rounds to get down to the actual ship.
Squirmy Jim doesn't want to let someone else find the treasure first. But unless someone wants to stop me, I'm going to go for it.
Anyone else going with him? Probably safe
I'll
for
go with
2 of
him.
you go.
I'll go with them.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Trust you, Jenny.
All right.
All right, and brother,
I know the way.
Stay up top and watch things, I suppose.
Keep Soggy Joe from running away. We might need to feed him to something.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Not let it go anywhere.
exactly.
Okay, so we'll come up here. As you plunge into the sea, sunlight pierces the water in shimmering beams, revealing a mesmerizing dance of fish darting among the coral formations. The only sounds that reach your ears are the distant echoes of the surface, muffled and distorted by the weight of the water. The rhythmic beating of your hearts is the only audible accompaniment to the ballet of aquatic life. As you swim deeper, the sunken ship comes into view, a skeletal framework draped in seaweed and guarded by schools of shimmering fish. Roll me a presence check while you're swimming down there. Those of you in the small boat also roll a presence check.
I got a nat 20 for a 21.
And I got a 12.
I got 5.
15.
All right, so 15. So Squirmy and Nameless, you're on the surface of the water. You see the fin of the shark that's swimming in the area.
Oh, shit.
Squirmy, you kind of like looking around and you like peer up and you see the shadowy silhouette of a shark swimming on the surface above you somewhere. It's just off a bit from where the wreck is.
Well, that looks like a Soggy Joe problem to me.
It sure does.
I say internally.
Yeah, because
And I'm sorry, who else? And Patchy, what did you roll on your presence check from the?
I rolled a 5. I'm keeping my eyes so
5.
close on Patchy that I don't see the shark.
And Brother Nameless, as you have spotted the shark, your eyes lift to the horizon. And the vast expanse of the open sea, in the distant meeting point at the side, you see a very faint smudge, a disruption to the seamless line, catching your keen eye. Keeping a sharp eye on that.
Yeah.
Beneath the sea, the entrance to the captain's quarters lies within the belly of the ship, a darkened cavity beckoning you to brave its depths. Upon reaching the captain's quarters, you find that its desk is still anchored to the floor, its surface covered in thick layers of sediment. Roll me another presence check as you enter the cabin.
Any chance of an air pocket in here? I've rolled a 17 on that.
Okay. It's all cracked and open, so any air would have escaped through the various cracks and breaks in the deck. Jenny, any?
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you swim into the captain's chambers, you see that the skeletal remains of the captain are reclined in a macabre display, covered by a swarm of small blue crabs. The creatures scuttle across the bones, their pincers clicking rhythmically. But as your eyes scan across, you notice that there is a map case strapped to the underside of the desk.
I shall take it.
I'd say we're up to about maybe four rounds now. So
yeah,
10
I think
is a minute. Okay.
I need that map case and then maybe head back for some air.
Yeah.
As you release the map case,
it's a trap.
No, that's okay. As you undo the map case and remove it from underneath, as you are again looking about and seek to swim back to the surface, you see the crabs scatter momentarily, revealing the empty sockets of the captain's skull. In the darkness, the darkness within absorbs the ambient light, creating the illusion that the eyes are following you. Roll again another presence check as this creepiness of the captain and the crabs catch your attention.
The luck has
14.
not held out. That's a 3 for me.
And 14 for me.
Squirmy's lungs are feeling a little like I need some air. But Jenny, as you see the crabs kind of sculling about, they separate just enough that you notice that there is a gold necklace hanging around his skeletal neck, and a small cylindrical thing attached to that necklace has fallen into the hollow of his chest.
Okay. I'm gonna look over at Squirmy and do like and reach in and grab it.
Okay.
So you know why I'm digging in this body. I want you to be
As
like,
you
If you hadn't done that,
As-
I would have already swum out. I'm gasping.
yeah.
on the surface, we'll jump back to the surface. On the surface, the lookout on the Iron Covenant shouts, "Ship ahoy!" and points off to the horizon. The ship appears as a mere speck in your vision, Brother Nameless, as you watch. Pointing it to you, Patchy, you look in that same direction and you see the small shadow of a speck forming on the horizon. Do either of you have a spyglass?
You know what? I was just gonna say, I pull out my spyglass, and because I do in fact have a spyglass.
Okay. Armed with your trusty spyglass, the distant smudge is transformed into a more defined form, revealing masts, sails, and the vague outline of the ship's hull. The telescope, through power, struggle to discern. You still struggle to discern the finer details. Below the water, as you touch the necklace, the soft thrumming and rhythmic sounds of the ocean fall silent in the underwater realm. The crabs quickly scramble away as the ambient sounds of the oceans are swallowed in the eerie quiet. Then a thrum, thrum, thrum pulses in your ears. On the small boat above, you also hear the sound as it passes and thrums to the bottom of the small boat. A spectral figure materializes, a shimmering apparition of the Corsair's form around its bony remains. The seabed seems to warp in response to his ghostly presence. A haunting voice penetrates the diver's consciousness as the ghostly Corsair's voice echoes. "You dare take what does not belong to you."
She did it.
Why am I not surprised?
Bubble.
Why are you not exactly? Why are you not surprised? And we'll jump back to the upper onto the small boat. As the seconds pass, the ship's features become clearer. It steadily grows larger, a looming presence as its vast canvas is on the sea. There we go.
Yeah.
You see the shape of a brigantine flying the Union Jack.
Oh.
Okay. That's a lot bigger than us.
Mm-hmm.
As you
lower.
examine the ship through your spyglass, you notice that the figurehead is in the shape of an eagle, with its wings swept back along the sides of the ship. And its two claws below its body form, one clutching a skull and the other a pair of crossed bones. Beneath the sea, the cabin groans and lurches upward within the confines of the sunken ship. Abruptly, the entire cabin is thrust sideways, sending you tumbling through the water. Squirmy Jim, give me a toughness check as you, the surprise
Whoops.
catches you.
Nat 20. 19.
That 20.
19 total.
Your lungs are burning, but you don't go, holy shit, and lose all your air at once. Okay. Jenny, you had a better holding breath, right? You can hold up for 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Also give me a toughness check to maintain your
13.
13. You kind of bubble out some of your air as it tumbles. The cabin thrusts sideways, sending you tumbling through the water. The scrape of claws against the submerged hull resonates ominously, and the colossal form of a massive blue crab materializes from the shadows. Its pincers large enough to crush a small boat. probe the wreckage.
There he is.
There he is.
Look,
Its
look.
blue carapace gleaming in the muted light. The threat of the giant crab looms large as it ascends from the depths to unleash its fury on the ship and boats floating above.
Is there any way we can make it fight the British?
Roll initiative. Squirmy and Jenny, give me strength checks to get the hell out of Dodge quickly and avoid the crab's early onslaught.
I'm spending Devil's Luck to redo that roll.
I got 15.
All right, you've snatched that golden thing off of his neck and have a hold of it. The cylinder is about 6 to 8 inches long, maybe about an inch to 2 inches, maybe like 2 inches across, and it has a setting of 3 gems: a blue gem, a red gem, and a green gem down its shaft. Squirmy,
I got 4 for initiative.
Okay, so you will act first. Okay.
I spent a Devil's Luck to re-roll my 5 into a 10, and then I spent a second luck to lower the DR by 4. So I have passed.
You swim clear of the cabin as it rocks and tumbles and would have trapped you. Jenny, your strength check to swim free?
It was 15.
Okay, yeah. You basically you kind of like do the quick little oh my gosh, and like Squirmy is like right behind you, following your path as you exit through a portion of the crushed ship. The crab itself like ascends past you, and its large claws emerge from the water there next to the Patchy and Brother Nameless on the surface. You have rolled to attack first, so you may initiate the battle.
I swing at this crab with Ugin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Sorry, go ahead. I wasn't going to say anything. I guess.
Okay.
I just owned
That's
it.
14 against a DR 10.
You rolled a 14 on your attack. I'm sorry.
Yes. And I do have a -2 to that, to whatever the attack DR.
Yeah. You smash into this crab, dealing your damage.
That's 5 damage.
I apologize. How much did you say?
And if it has armor, it acts as if it's 5.
5. Okay.
And as I have stated, if it has armor, it acts as if it is 1 tier less.
Okay. Yep, you're good. Yep. His carapace is his natural armor. So you smash into it. You hear a sickening crack and smash, and you crack a small bit of his shell. You see it, that little splinter crack into his carapace. Let's see, Patchy, you're right there, so you'll go next, please.
Yeah, I'm just trying to wonder what kind of damage a rapier can do against this thing. I guess I just have to find out. 18.
That is a good solid hit. You find, the crab's got like joints that are exposed in
Little eyeballs.
some areas. Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's see. Come on now. 6. Oh, I'm sorry. I accidentally hit an extra. Dang. It's actually a 3. I hit
3?
an extra
Okay.
dice on there. It's a 3.
Okay. As I track damage to this monstrosity. Squirmy Jim and Jenny, you are coming up as this crab is now kind of leaning sideways on the rocky shoals with its claws reaching out to attack Brother Nameless and Patchy.
Okay, are we able to get out of the water?
You can attack it on your way out of the water just fine as you kind of climb up on the rocky bit of the island, this small rocky island.
All
Okay,
right.
so my strength was 16.
All right, that's a good hit. Just for simplicity's sake, its defense is 14, so anything that beats a 14 will hit it.
All right, so I
Just to
took
keep
3
things
damage.
rolling. 3? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. I spent my last Devil's Luck to pass my presence check at the start of combat, which will lower. It will lower the DR to hit for me by 2. So he's back to 12. I'm
12. Okay.
I'm surfacing, reaching into the boat to pull out my pistol, which I left up here so it would be dry. And I'm going to turn around and shoot the crab in the face.
A quick shot.
That's a 13.
Smells.
So with my bonus, that does hit, and I will roll 2d4 damage.
The shot goes off. Crack.
3 damage.
Smell of sulfur in the air. -3. Okay. From the ship nearby, you hear the shouts, "Duck! Duck!" as 2 people fire off muskets at it. And it will defend. Yep. Of course it did. And of course, the musket shots go wild from the NPCs as he passes his DR check. He turns to attack. One claw coming at you, Brother Nameless, and the other towards Patchy, who's nearby. So roll your defense of 12 to avoid. It's kind of slow and
18.
all right. You duck just as that claw comes snap down where you were standing.
Yeah, I'd like to use my Devil's Luck to re-roll. Yeah, didn't do me any good. 12.
12 is enough to avoid the attack. Yeah, 12 is good.
15, 12. Okay. Whew.
Just barely, kind of snaps. You just sort of step aside as this claw comes down to grab at you and does not make contact. It kind of turns and looks at Soggy Joe as we return to your guys' turn in combat.
I throw pig leg pongo at him.
Oh, shit.
Always
I guess roll a presence check
but-
to make a ranged attack. Yeah.
Yeah. I have missed. I've thrown my monkey into the ocean.
Blue. But in that brief moment, the crab is slightly distracted. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna reach down and grab my pistol that I left on board. Let's see. Ooh, I got a natural 20.
Ooh.
Oh, so that's
Double
roll whatever damage you roll. Mm-hmm.
So that was 2 dice 6, right? 2
2d4.
dice
2d4.
2d4. I got 6, so that's 12.
12.
Right.
Ooh. Your shot hits a big meaty part of its face, tearing away part of its skin and flesh.
Nice.
This crab quickly pulls its claws back in to protect itself and starts to scuttle back under the water.
Oh, no, you don't. Get him, Pongo!
Pongo's like, kind of like pounding, uselessly on this crab's
He's been
carapace.
eating nothing but crabs since the ship crashed.
Yar, you're not getting away that easily. And Brother Nameless takes another swing at it. And I'm going to spend my Lone Devil's Luck for an 18.
That is a clean hit on this severely damaged crab.
And I do a whopping 1 damage.
Really? Oh, I'm sorry, Jay.
Yeah.
Dang.
If I had a second Devil's Luck, I'd spend it on that.
All right, Patchy. Did you
Okay.
already attack Patchy? No, you hadn't yet. Yeah.
I know I had I did not yet. All right, let me do this.
You hear
Yeah,
shouts from the ship. Quickly get back aboard!
that's an 11. And at this point, I'm thinking about kicking Soggy overboard.
Since this crab is like turned its back and is moving away, so I'll give you the backstabbing bonus on that. So an 11 will hit. You would only need a 10 otherwise. So roll your damage.
Okay. Roll the die 20 again. Or
Roll your
roll the-
damage.
I'll
Yeah,
roll
roll
my-
your D6 rapier damage.
3.
Roll a 3 or better. It's not like as you pierce this crab, it goes, and then its weight falls heavy against the rocky island, and it starts to like slide off into the sea. The captain and the bosun are shouting, "Quick, get back aboard! That looks to be the..." what ship is coming at you guys? It looks to be the Swift Justice. They will sink us before, they will shoot and ask questions later.
But the food.
Do you think we have an hour before they are in firing range?
Again, they're pretty far off in the horizon. They are approaching quickly. I would say maybe like a half hour, 40 minutes maybe, with the wind.
If we can make it an hour by maneuvering our ship, then I will get a +4 to cast my ritual, which is Mists of Confusion. And that will force them to roll a reaction to us.
Okay,
Which might come up helpful.
All right, so question then for you guys. So you've loaded up what stuff you found into the longboat. You're able to paddle the longboat back.
We have the golden necklace in the map case, which it might be the most important things.
Plus your other booty that you found.
Yeah.
From the deck, bosun, blood, and Elias Turner, hurl a they hurl a harpoon over, and they're like with a rope attached. It's like, lash up that crab, we'll drag it aboard. That'll feed us for days, they shout.
Yes, it will, and I do that.
Absolutely.
And they're like tugging it just as fast as you row to get back to the ship. It takes just a few minutes.
That's a tugging it.
You climb aboard.
You got your monkey back then.
You tug the crab. Yeah. And you've brought the monkey with you, I assume, Squirmy.
Oh, yeah. I don't know that he's friends with me, but he's mine now.
It just occurred to me of the habit of throwing animals.
You are able to weigh anchor and get to sailing away. Generally, and using the game stats here, a sloop will sail faster than a brigantine based on the game stats.
Okay.
Speed being 5 for a sloop and 4 for brigantine. Unless, of course, they are singing their shanty to up their speed. So, but you may cast that ritual as you're at sea and running from them, Jim.
Okay, so I have to test Spirit DR12, but it's -4 because of that hour that I'm spending. So it's going to be Spirit DR8.
Yeah, they definitely won't catch up.
I failed. I rolled a 6
No.
with my +2 Spirit. I've rolled a 6.
Okay.
Which means I have to roll on the mystical mishaps table.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Oh no.
that's another 6. Nothing happens until the Kraken appears in D6 days. That's gonna be 3 days, guys. We got
3
that-
days. All
we
right.
got that long.
That could be beneficial.
Time
As
to
you-
find a
and
new crew.
I ask you this question before the Kraken arrives. As you are running from the Swift Justice, you are familiar with the Swift Justice, knowing that it is captained by what the heck's her name? Eleanor Harker. You know that she was a former pirate who is now a privateer in the hire of the Royal Navy. So my question now is, as you are sailing away as quickly as you can, and you have a moment to examine your treasures, this cylinder and the map case, what do you do with it?
I'm going to, first of all, open the map case.
Okay, it was sealed tightly against the water, and there is a map inside.
I'd like to... Well, first I'd like to look at the map. What is it a map of and to?
As you break it out onto the deck and are having a look at it, it is a fairly detailed map of the Caribbean, but that little tip of Florida there in the upper, that little bit there, a little bit further off the map to the north is a small island with an X.
Okay. And how's that cylinder look? Is there any marking
Yeah, I
or
want to
anything
look
on
at
it?
that.
Yeah, the map itself, there are 3 dots across the map. The arrangement of gems is like red at the top, blue, I forget what I said, the third, and like a green one at the bottom. The map has blue on the far side, red in the center, and green on the right side. The cylinder proves unopenable unless you do something special with it.
Can we wrap the map around it in such a way that the colors on the map touch those gems on the cylinder?
No, it's the map's awkward and weird, and the cylinder's only about that long.
Okay.
Can we put the cylinder like on the map? Try to get the gems to match that way, like lay out the map and then see if there's any contact reaction, like when it touches.
You notice as you're like kind of handling it near the map that when you touch one of the gems, it gives off a soft glow.
The gem does?
The gem does, yeah.
Can you describe again the positioning of the gems on the cylinder?
From top to bottom, red, blue, green.
They're
On the map, they are arranged blue, green, red from left to right.
Are they collinear on the cylinder? Straight up and down?
Straight up and down, yeah. Or if you turn it sideways, then yeah, they're horizontal.
Is there any part of the cylinder that like maybe spins? Is this a Rubik's Cube kind of situation where we could like spin the gems away from each other?
I'll just say that if you press the gems in a particular order, it's like a code. Not to give it away, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, we already discovered that they glow when you touch them. I will touch them in the order that they are left to right on the map.
The top of the cylinder goes pop like this, and this green hazy smoke leaks out of the cylinder, engulfing you. It spreads broad and wide. And roll a toughness check, everybody.
Oh,
We're looking
great.
for a target of 16.
13.
Oh,
Yeah.
10.
13.
11.
Anybody get to 16?
No. Well,
All right.
maybe Pongo.
Pongo?
I
Maybe
could
Pongo?
re-roll. I could use a devil's luck and roll.
I'm out of Devil's Luck, but Pongo rolled 3 on the die, so he.
I did do that. I re-rolled and I got an 19 with my toughness.
You got a 19. You're like, you enact your luck. Excuse me.
Yep.
You get this kind of like, you start to feel woozy. All of you are kind of like, your eyes are start blinking, and like everybody on the ship's like, tunk falls over. Jenny, as you're standing there, your eyes, you're blinking against this. You're forcing yourself to stay awake, and that green mist engulfs the ship, and then the ship itself seems to lurch forward and start pressing hard. The sails now are bent backwards against the speed of the ship, and it just kind of zooms off into the sea.
And we're sleeping through that, huh?
And as
I'm
you're
not,
like,
though.
yeah, you're kind of like half asleep. You're kind of like in that dazed, almost like you're just you're drugged, but not. You don't pass out. You realize that the ship itself is like steering through various like coral reefs and shoals as it just steams on through the night. And as the sun sets, you eventually succumb to the magical smoke that has engulfed the ship and dragged you off to God knows where. And we will end with that.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
I was about to say, hey, this is the easiest combination lock of all time. It's only got 3 things on it, but then it poisoned us all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mia, this is great. I can't wait for next week.
Great.
This is a great.
Sweet. Thank you for saying so.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, everyone who is here and everyone who is watching. I'm gonna do something that I've never done before, and I'm gonna do a raid. I'm gonna send any viewers that we have over to Matt's channel, Saber Fox RP, where he's playing Star Citizen. Matt, if you don't know, is a regular on our Friday night show. So, pressing this button, what's happening? Ah! Okay, you can't do server commands with that button. Now I know, but I will try it the old-fashioned way.
While you're saying that, the crab, if it had grabbed anybody, it would immediately swallowed you.
Oh no! I'm so
It would have
glad
tucked you in its mouth. You would have been basically in a blinded condition and being slowly digested. But since you're like so big, like your feet would be sticking out of its mouth, but you would be trapped within.
Patchy's
Would
feet.
have given, yeah, exactly. Your feet would be giving your fellow pirates the opportunity to maybe pull you out, like as you get digested slowly by like one.
I wouldn't even have my bags left.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'll see you next time.
Thanks again for.
All right. Good.
Y'all.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.